Hi guys, welcome back to my channel Sam Talks Books, and welcome if you're new. So today I came up with a really fun idea for a video. I don't think I've seen it done before, I could be wrong, but I haven't personally seen it done, so I thought I would give it a try, and that is choosing a book from each shelf that I can't wait to read. So I got three shelves, no, I got 3 bookcases with 6 shelves, so that's 18 books. So we're going to start off on this shelf over here and pick what book I'm most excited for from here. So I read, I think 2 from here. Yeah, I've read these 2 and they're amazing. But the book I'm most excited for has to be Riley Sager, Lock Every Door. I've read 2 of his books and they're 5 stars. This one is one of his most popular books from what I've seen on BookTube and Instagram. So yeah, I'm really excited for this one. Also, you all probably know what that's about. That's why I'm not going into detail about it. So on this shelf, the book I'm most excited for is, I've only read 2 books I think off this shelf as well. So that was The Nesting and Midnight Library I've read. But I'm going to pick this one. These Hollow Files. This is so beautiful. Really gutted that I don't have the Fairy Loot edition because, oh my god, they got sprayed edges. But I don't have like a subscription to it yet. So this is a character who will do anything to not marry a fae or something. Like, I think they're like a rival. She'd rather even die, and then her sister gets kidnapped, so she's ready to make this deal. I don't know too much about this book, but from what I've heard people say and how they've talked about this book, it sounds really good, and the cover is just so stunning, so I can't wait to get this one. This shelf has got a lot more. I feel like this shelf's got way more books. Okay, I'm gonna pick this one. So I love historic fiction. This book is super hyped and loved, and apparently it's going to make you cry, which sometimes you won't. And that is All the Light We Cannot See. It's set in World War II in France, Paris. I think we follow 3 different characters. But one of the reasons why I went for this book and was really attracted to it is one of the main characters in this book is blind. And I think that'd be really interesting to read from the point of view of a character who is blind and living through World War II. I can't imagine what that must have been like. So yeah, this one. So we're on this shelf here. And, you know, I'm going to pick a book that I was put off by a little bit because of reviews, but I'm still really excited to read it. And when I first got it, I was really excited. So I'm still going to go for that one. And that one is, oh god, I can't get it out. The Shadow in the Glass. It's a Cinderella retelling. It's supposed to be really dark and twisty. And the cover's really gorgeous as well. But yeah, I think this one's the one I'm most excited for on that shelf. It's just, I know there's like a lot of negative reviews, but I always listen to reviews, and I am excited to get to this one at some point. I've been meaning to read this one for like a year or whenever. It's probably less than a year, being dramatic. Next shelf is this one here, and The 1000th Floor. So it's like a Gossip Girl retelling, sort of like in the future-y sci-fi sort of vibe from what I've heard. And the only reason why I've not read this one is because I had a rule of not starting any new series, which, well, I failed, so I could have just started this one. But yeah, I think out of all the ones on that shelf, it is this one that I'm most excited for. I bought the whole series in one go, and I can't wait to read this one. So next is the bottom shelf. And it's got to be The Dead and the Dark. It's got spooky vibes, spirits, I think ghost investigators or whatever, paranormal investigators. This would have been perfect for October. But out of all the books on that shelf, this one is what I'm most excited for. It sounds awesome. And a lot of people have actually really enjoyed this one. Okay, so on this shelf, there's a lot of books I'm scared of. But I'm going to pick a book that took me almost a year to get hold of because for some reason it stopped being sold in the UK, or it's just difficult to get hold of in the UK. And that one is No Exit. We follow a character who has to stop off at this sort of surface or respite place because there's this big snowstorm, and she sees this child locked up in a car in a cage, and she has to figure out who out of the 5 people there has kidnapped this child and get this child out before that person finds out. So this one sounds really good. Again, nothing but good reviews for this one, so I am so excited to finally get to this one. I'm actually planning, I think, to read that one during December just because I think it'd fit. Right, next shelf. Oh god. Okay, so I've read like a few of this one already. I think I've read four from the shelf. But the one I haven't read that I'm most excited for is The Snow Song. So I'll read what this one's about a little bit. Women imprisoned by a superstition, chained by guilt. So I'm actually only going to say that because I don't want to know too much going into this one. But this is just so beautiful, and I've had this book since December. It was gifted to me as a present, and I've been holding on to this book specifically for December to read it for like this December. So I'm actually finally going to be getting to read this one. Next shelf. So technically I would pick this one, and by the time the video goes up I would have read this one, and I'm actually currently reading this one, so I can't pick it. So, oh gosh. So I can't pick that one. So I'm going to pick the one next to it, and that's November 9, because literally today I've seen about 3 reviews for this one, and they've all been 5 stars. So I was excited to read this one, and now I'm even more excited. So yeah, November 9 will be my first ever time reading Colleen Hoover book. We follow 2 characters who meet on specifically I think it's once a year on November 9, obviously, and one character's writing a book or something. I don't know too much about it, but this sounds really good. Next up we have this shelf here, and the book I'm most excited to read for this one, oh god, I'm going to pick this one, the sequel to Shadow and Bone, because I can't wait to see how the story continues. And yeah, I'm really excited to get to this one. Everyone probably knows what Shadow and Bone is about by now, but this is a sequel, so just in case you haven't read the first one, I don't want to spoil anything. So this one. Next up we have this shelf here, and the book I'm most excited for on this shelf. Oh, actually, yeah, I know. Another historic fiction, The Nature of Other Things. I can't remember when I got this one, but then when I started looking at the reviews for it, it was just constantly 5-star reviews. So I am really excited to go into this one. I can't tell you much about it other than I think this woman is kind of brought, and she's like, you know, one of those brides that get brought online. She marries this guy, and then there's this, it's set around the earthquake time in, April 16th, 1906. A massive earthquake rocks San Francisco. So it's set around that era. And yeah, I'm really excited to get this one to see what everybody loved about it. Okay, and then we got the bottom shelf. I think I know which one. I just need to find it. Aha! Yeah, here we go. Good Girl, Bad Blood. If you haven't seen my wrap up for October, I'll link that below. I read Good Girl's Guide to Murder and absolutely loved it. And this is the sequel, and I cannot wait to read it. This is what I'm most excited for. I really want to finish this series. So good. So from this shelf, I am not very sure what I'm excited to read all of them, but like not as in like a highly anticipated read. So I'm just trying to work out which one. You know what? I'm going to pick this one just based on the fact of how popular it is. It's a contemporary book, and one of the sisters gets cancer and everyone is looking after her. And it sounds really, really sad, but I do want to read this one. And like I said, so many people have said nothing but good things about this book, so out of all of them, it would have to be this one. Then we have this shelf. So by the time this video goes up, I might have already read this book. Might have, might not have. But this is actually on my November TBR, and if you haven't seen my November TBR video, I'll link that one below. You should definitely go and check it out. And that is The Hunting Wives. I am so excited for this one. It's been compared to like Desperate Housewives, and I think there's these wives that get together and do this hunting or shooting range practice, and then someone ends up dead. This one sounds amazing, and this cover is beautiful. This one's got to be the one that I'm most excited for off this shelf. I mean, there's like one other one, but mainly this one. So from this shelf, it's got to be Kristen Hanna's The Great Alone. I've read 2 of her books already. Love them. She has a way of just literally making you bawl your eyes out, and I expect nothing less from this one. I actually predicted this one's going to be a 5 stars. Predict this is going to be a 5-star prediction. I predict this is going to be 5 stars. Yeah, The Great Alone by Kristen Hanna. I am so excited to get this one. I think that it's going to be amazing. It's an international #1 bestseller, so I mean that says a lot. So hopefully this will be a 5-star, but I'm really excited to get that one. So next shelf. Ooh, okay. See, I could pick the Heartstopper one, but I'm not gonna. Oh, that's difficult. Okay. They both die in the end. Still haven't read this. We follow, I think, 2 characters, and what happens is you'll get a phone call and just you're told that you've got 24 hours and then you're going to die, and that's just how things are. And then there's this app where you can meet up with other people that are also going to die that day. This sounds such a strange story, and I can't imagine if that was like a real life thing happening. But everybody, pretty much everybody I know has already read this book, so I'm really excited to read this one and see what the hype's about and to see what it's actually about. I mean, I'm guessing they're going to both die in the end, right? Because the title. But yeah, this one I've had on my shelf for a while now. So from this shelf, book that I recently put on a video, books I'm most afraid of. But as much as I'm really afraid to read this, I am really excited to read this as well. That makes sense, right? I'm excited because I can't wait to continue following that world and the characters. But I was terrified because of the size, and I don't want to be let down. So, final shelf. The 3rd book in the Good Girl's Guide to Murder series. Again, told you I enjoyed the first book, and I really don't doubt that the entire series is going to be good. And again, nothing but positive for things, and people said this one takes a different turn and people will be shocked, so I'm excited to get to this one. So that's all the books I'm excited to read from each shelf, and I didn't think it'd be that difficult to choose from certain shelves, but it was. But yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm thinking about doing a similar video of picking my favourite book from each shelf, but also from each colour, so you have to let me know in the comments which one you prefer. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, subscribe, it would mean the world to me, and turn on that notification bell so you get alerted when I next upload. And until next time, bye!